Good afternoon, this is Ryan Lewis with your 90.3 WESS News Brief for Thursday, October 3rd, 2013. The time now is 2 o'clock. According to the Pocono Record, the president of East Stroudsburg University, Marcia Welsh, said that there have been 3 programs removed from the list of departments being considered for cuts. Those programs include English, psychology, and reading. However, there are still many other departments still being considered for budget, which include modern languages, physical education, and political science. After last week's meetings, the ESU Council of Trustees approved a $92.7 million education budget and a unanimous decision for the 2013-2014 school years. 95% of our students won't notice what's going on here, said Welsh on Tuesday afternoon. We are asking to decrease the number of electives and streamline majors. We have overlaps in some majors. According to the Philadelphia Inquirer, a Pennsylvania appeals court ruled yesterday that former Penn State assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky would not get a new trial after being convicted of the molestation of a number of young boys. Barely 2 weeks after arguments by Sandusky's lawyer and a state prosecutor, there was a unanimous decision to overturn the idea of a new trial. Sandusky had made an argument that his lawyers did not have enough time to prepare for the trial, and that a prosecutor made unfair references to him not testifying on his own behalf. Judge Jack Ponella said that the decision does not reflect a myopic insistence upon expeditiousness in the face of Sandusky's request. It was not an arbitrary denial. According to the New York Times, after the first day of the government shutdown, there have been national parks and sites shut down, and workers have been staying at home. World War II and Vietnam veterans from Mississippi and Iowa arrived in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday after taking honor flights to remove barricades around their respective monuments to remember their friends and some family that had been killed in the battles in which they fought. Lawmakers helped the veterans get past the barriers so they could continue to reflect on the times they've had and to mourn the losses of dear friends that they made while in combat. However, other tourists were blocked from access to other national parks around the country, and more than 8,000 federal employees were told to stay home and not to return to work. A law enforcement representative, Tina Miller, said about the shutdown that it's going to have effects for everybody in the community and everything. I'm not sure why they wouldn't think of that. The government shutdown is not only affecting tourists attempting to enter national parks and veterans trying to remember their fallen brothers in arms. It is taking a toll on average American citizens that need to run errands for work-related problems or household issues they need to bring attention to. Sheila Caraway, a resident of the downtown Los Angeles area, said she was turned away from the Internal Revenue Service by a security guard and had to leave the IRS without a tax refund she would hope to help pay some extra bills around the house. The government shutdown is taking a toll on people nationwide. According to CNN.com, Somali terrorists say that they aren't done with activity after the mall attack that had reportedly taken the lives of 67 innocent people. This message by the terrorists of Al-Shabaab was given to the people of Kenya yesterday as officials were still digging through the remaining clues left over from the shooting that took place in the shopping mall. According to Kenyan intelligence sources, some of the country's cabinet members were warned about the mall attack before it happened about a year in advance, but did nothing to take the threat seriously. Sources say that the mall was an easy strike for terrorists because it is highly favored by Westerners and tourists visiting that country. The Kenyan military is looking to find more answers upon further investigation and hopes to keep the attacks under control. In sports, tonight the Buffalo Bills travel to Ohio in an attempt to knock off the recently surprising Cleveland Browns in what looks to be a good matchup. Browns quarterback Brandon Hoyer looks to keep surprising critics as he leads his team onto the field looking for their third straight win despite losing one of their best offensive weapons in running back Trent Richardson. The hockey season is upon us as teams look forward to a full season to prove that they are playoff worthy without the worry of a shortened season. Rotten Brodeur and New Jersey Devils kick off their season tonight as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on Sidney Crosby and the Penguins in both their first games of the NHL regular season. According to the LA Times, the hit television show Breaking Bad set another ratings record as their show came to an end on Sunday night. With over 10.3 million viewers that were watching the series finale of what some might think of as the best show to ever hit television, there was a jump of over 56% from the viewers of last week's show that wasn't the finale. Although Breaking Bad is such a very popular television series, the show didn't exceed the total viewership of its competing show, The Walking Dead finale of Season 3, which estimated over a total of 13.4 million viewers. Breaking Bad also set a social media record on Twitter with more than 1.2 million tweets during the broadcast on the East and West Coasts. In ESU news, the men's soccer team got their first win of the season last night in a hard-fought battle with Felician College. The final score of the game was 3-1 as ESU scored 2 late goals in the second half to stamp the victory. The ESU Ultimate Frisbee team has another tournament coming up this Sunday at Muhlenberg College in Allentown, Pennsylvania. The team looks to continue its fast start this season to add to their 4-1 record. The all-day tournament will include high competition between teams from schools all around the New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania area. Today's weather, brought to you by the Weather Channel, is a high of 76 with a low of 57. And traffic, brought to you by Google Maps, is traffic is moving fast along the eastbound and westbound sides of Route 80. This has been Ryan Lewis with your 90.3 WESS News Brief, and now back to the BBC.